Hey everyone. Hello, hello. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Michelle from greenerygal.com, and I sell greenery and florals and ribbons and embellishments for people who like to make wreaths, centerpieces, and floral decor. Give me just a sec while I'm trying to figure out. Oh, shit. Hold on. Let me figure out what's going on with Facebook here. I am testing out some new software. I'm not sure if I'm streaming. I kind of don't really think I am. Let's see. Do you see anything?
It has not shown up.
Has not shown up on yours. Okay.
Let me refresh.
No. All right. Why won't it? My button is streaming software. Hold on, friends. Going live, post on timeline. The button is grayed out. I can't. It's not letting me go live. Okay, so we're going to say screw Facebook. Let me see what's going on with YouTube. YouTube should be live. Hello, YouTube. Woohoo! So you guys, my name is Michelle and my website is greenerygal.com. If you are joining me on YouTube, I welcome you. This is my first time actually doing a live video there. Again, I'm supposed to also be going live on Facebook, but for some reason it is not working and I am not entirely sure why. Let me go back to my dashboard and see. Okay, you know what? We're just not going to worry about it. We're just going to hang out here on the website and on YouTube, and I am going to show you some new pretties. So first off, if you are new, I welcome you, and y'all can send a text message to the phone number 877-861-0546. You can text the word join to that phone number and then you'll get a reply back. And then you can reply with the word yes, Y-E-S, and then you will be all signed up to receive text messages for the next time I'm live. Hopefully the Facebook piece will be working. But I do welcome everyone. So you guys, this is a new platform for me. So I'm really interested in your feedback. As I'm showing you individual products, a little box is going to pop up kind of down below on your screen, and you're going to be able to just add it to your cart right there. When you're done shopping, you can check out, and it's just going to be all very seamless and fabulous. And there's a fun little, oh, hey, Susan, good to see you. Awesome. So yeah, there's a fun little, when you add something to your cart, there's a fun little special effect. I don't want to spoil it for you. So even if you don't intend on purchasing anything, once I start popping up boxes, add it to the cart and just to see, because I think it's like super awesome. So I am here in my studio with my dear friend Carrie. She is going to be helping me monitor comments. Hey, Jojo, hello, and Brenda. Awesome. Yes, y'all, if you do not get my text messages, there is the comment that will tell you exactly how to do that. So let's go ahead and get started. You guys, I have like more people on here than I thought I would. I am so thankful. Oh my gosh. It's always nervous, you guys, when you're trying something new and different. Like, for example, this should also be streaming on Facebook, but it's not. So yeah. Anyways, hey, Robin from Alabama. Good to see you. And Gloria. Awesome. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, I have lots and lots and lots. I have like 19 things I'm going to show you. So as far as my live sales go, it's not a crazy huge number of products. Usually I'm up into like the 40s or 50s, but because I am doing this on a new platform, I wanted to go easy on myself. Hey, Lynn, nice to see you. So, but all of this stuff is new in the shop. Now, Susan, I know you are probably here for the rose leaves. Those are actually going to be coming in about 2 weeks. They should be shipping to me early next week, and then it's got to travel all the way across the country. So I will be getting a restock on 2 colors of my rose leaves. And when those come in, of course, I will also be doing more sales just like this. So yes. And so what I have for you today is mostly greenery. These are best sellers that I've been carrying year over year for the last 4 or 5 years. And they always do really well for me. People really love them. I'm actually getting low already on a few things. I have pre-released a lot of this merchandise to my private group, to the best buds. And so as I get to the things that are a little bit low in stock, I will just give a little shout out that if you are interested. Hey, Pat, I see you. Yay. I'm glad you found us, or found me, I should say. So as I get to the things that are a little bit low in stock, I'll give you all a little heads up, but it's mostly greenery, couple of flowers, one filler that actually has flowers. So we're just going to get started. The first item, this is back in stock. I bring this back every single year. This is a plastic mixed greenery bush. And now the box is popped up down below. It has 9 stems to it. This is very, very popular. It's a favorite of many wreath designers out there, and it is a pusher. So you can bunch the greenery all up to make little tufts. You can leave the stems long. This is a staple that I reach for. Now, granted, I don't reach for it all the time just because I have so many other things that I reach for too, but I do use it. And this is a very beloved, if you are into the whole SKU number thing, this is actually 13292BU9. So it has little stems of ruscus. It has these wired, it has 2 different types of the wired ferns. It has sweet little berries on it. It is just gorgeous and lovely. This is 13292BU9. Y'all can just click down below. There should be an add to cart button if you would like to add this to your cart. Okay, so this is the first one. Jojo, yes, this is definitely a good one. I love the little tendrils. So this is kind of like a ruscus or like a smilax. I'm actually not really sure what it is. I call it ruscus, but I'm not exactly sure. And like these pieces are great for working around the edges and the perimeter of your design. And the little dangly pieces are just, it has a lot of pretty bounce. So you guys, when you add something to your cart, drop a comment. Let me know if you see the cool little special effect. Carrie, are you going to do that too?
What?
If you add something to your cart, do it.
Mine does not.
Oh, you're not on your phone. That's why. Maybe the special effect is only if you're on your phone. I don't know.
It's on my car.
We'll pull it up on your phone. Sorry. Okay. Having a side conversation. Okay. So this is the first one. All right. Oh, you saw it. Oh, yay. Brenda saw it. Okay, good. Yeah, I saw that and I was just like, oh my God, this is amazing. Okay. Next. This is, and Best Buds, you know, you guys saw all of this stuff. So I appreciate you being here, shouting out and supporting me. Thank you. Thank you. I don't want to be here talking to myself. But this is all the same stuff that I showed you guys earlier in the week. So don't think you're missing out. But anyways, this is the next item. This is a plastic mix leaf bush. Now this bush has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this bush also has 9 stems. It has some lovely boxwood, some tiny little bits of like a sprout grass, and then it also has some grassy blades. Now, if you guys don't know, you actually can kind of influence the behavior of grassy pieces like this. You can actually hit them with your scissors to get them to curl just a little bit. They're not going to curl a lot, but I actually have done it with this piece, so it has just a little bit of a downward turn to it. Otherwise, when you get it, it's going to kind of be a little bit straight like this. So see the difference? So you can kind of pretend that this is like that curling ribbon, and make it have just a little bit of a curl to it. But this bush, this is a very economical piece. You know, it has just a little bit of a shine to it, but not too bad. And for the price, it is very good. It is a, like I said, boxwood, grass, little bitty sprouty pieces. It's just a lovely, lovely little mix. 9 stems. It is a pusher. So you can totally give it a little push. You can leave it long. Okay. Awesome. Plastic mixed greenery bush. Okay. Now this next one is kind of like the big sister of this one. So this is the one I just showed you. I'm sorry, that was a plastic mixed leaf bush. Yes, just pay attention to the little bubbles that show up down below and you'll know you're getting the right thing. So this is the one I just showed you. This one is kind of like the big sister of it. This is a button grass bush. So if we compare the two, this one is actually a lot fuller. It has way more greens per stem. Now this bush itself has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one also has 9 stems. And it has a mixture of, again, you kind of have some of these grassy pieces, and you also have some of these sprouty pieces. So it does a little bit different than the other one. It doesn't quite have the boxwood. The finish on this bush is gorgeous. The greens are, it kind of has like a spray paint, not a spray painted, but it has like a little bit of a painted finish. It is lovely. It is not at all like shiny. It does not look cheap. It is a pusher. So you can make them kind of go like this if you want. You can kind of put it right between your eyes and do something fun and cute. So yes, it is lovely, lovely, lovely. 9 stems of the gorgeousness in this bush. The wreath that I actually have behind me, I have actually a lot of the greens that I'm going to show you tonight, I have used in this one. As it turns out, one of them is this bush. So if I was to bring this up close, you can see I've just added little tufts here and there. There's some right here. Anywhere you see these long wispy pieces is what I have put in this. So it's a very good bush. And I did not use more than one bush when I made it. I made this wreath not very recently, but I know for a fact that I only used one of these, and because there's 9 stems, you can have 9 placements around your design. Okay.
JoJo says it's a fabulous bush.
Oh, well, thank you, Miss JoJo. Where did she say that, on Facebook? No, she didn't say it on Facebook. Where did she say that? Maybe. Oh, shoot. Hold on. I'm sorry. Button grass. Okay, that's odd. I feel like my menu is shifting around. I'm sorry, Brenda. Yes, thank you for pointing that out. This is the button grass. It's weird, like the menu keeps shifting around on me. That's a bit obnoxious. There we go. Okay, y'all, because I am actually not streaming to Facebook, if I wanted to, because this is on my website, I could play music and nobody would care, but I'm not going to. So, but if I do break into song, Carrie, you don't have to yell at me. So that's good. Yeah, so this is the button grass bush. I do apologize for the snafu. If that is the only, the second thing that goes wrong tonight, the first thing is that we are not live on Facebook, but let me just go back and check to see. Nope, still not live. All right, you know what? We're just gonna close that window and we're gonna go back. Okay, so button grass, 9 stems, gorgeous buttons and grass, button grass and grassy grass. Next, kind of try and keep these organized. This next one is a wispy fern bush. Now, this is actually a favorite of Coach Danielle. She is one of the coaches in the Best Buds group. She loves it. Every time she comes by, she keeps asking me about it because she needs a restock. She only had like 2 left, and she bought a bunch from me last year. But the ferns on this are so pretty. When ferns have this long, kind of lanky appearance, it just adds something beautiful to your design. And so I'm always on the lookout for ferns that aren't so much short and bunchy, but that are more of like a structural element. And this bush is just that. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stems. It is not a pusher, so you cannot slide it and push it and bunch it together. That's actually okay, friends, because there's a lot of fullness in each cut. So like you could very easily give this one a snip right here. You have 1 stem. You can give another snip right here for another stem. You can actually get, from this one branch, you could actually get 3 cuts if you don't need them to be super long. You can also, I don't know if you can see, but it has a little bit of like a mottled, sprayed finish. So it has just a lovely texture, beautiful, kind of not thick and chunky like you usually see with like a Boston fern, but it's just, that's why I call it a wispy fern. I don't even think wispy fern is a thing, right?
It's not a nature.
It's not, and it's not what Mother Nature intended. But you know what? In my world, it's wispy, it's a fern, so it's a wispy fern. Okay. So wispy fern bush. All right. Now, those were some plastics. All of the ones that I just showed you were plastic. We're going to transition just a little bit. And remember I said at the beginning, I have some fillers and some flowers. We are about to see two of them. This first one is cream. It's a cream flower and globe thistle bush. Now, globe thistle, if you are a plant nerd, it is actually another word for something called echinops. I did research on this because I like to figure out these things. So this is a echinops-ish bush, but I did not want to make you guys learn how to spell that, and I really didn't want to learn how to spell it either. So I call it a globe thistle. That's kind of the everyday name. This bush is, look at the leaves on these. So pretty. Cute little white puffy balls. These are solid. They're not foam. They kind of just look, I mean, they're fine. They're beautiful. Little white spikes of prettiness, and of course, little silk flowers. Like, this bush has a little bit of everything. So it's like, is it a greenery? Is it a filler? I categorized it as a filler. They do have some leaves on the bottom. Not the most super exciting, but they're still decent construction. But really, the reason you buy this bush is because you like the party that's going on top. Now, it's kind of like a mullet, right? You got business in the front, and then you got party in the back, or something.
That's the mullet.
That's whatever. Mullets are actually making a comeback, by the way, friends. I don't know if you know that. Thank you, Audra. Good to see you. Awesome. Thank you. Oh, it also has these little plasticky bits of just stuff. So the leaves are silk. These do have a little bit of that like flocky, sheddy stuff. You might get a little bit on you. I probably have some on me. Job hazard, friends, right? But then again, it also has the silk leaves. Gorgeous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stems on this bush. Okay. 10 stems. Gorgeous, lovely, beautiful, and fun. Okay. So this was the filler that I was excited to show you. Now this is another piece that I wish to direct your attention to, this beauty. I used some of this daisy bush in this design as well. I don't think I used the whole thing. It's very possible I did, but this bush is full. This bush actually has 14 stems. Looking at the number of daisy bunches I have in here, I actually don't think I used the full thing. I probably only used half. Oh, I need to update that thing. Now, we need to spend some time talking about this beauty because I do not have a whole lot left. This is one of the 2 items that I have that are in very short supply. So if you are interested in this, I suggest you do not dilly-dally. It has 14 stems. Here's what one of the stems looks like. You can see it has little bits of green, has lovely little double daisy thingies. It's got some grass. It's got some little white speckled things. It's a lovely mixture. Can I say lovely one more time?
Well, Audra and Cynthia both say that they love it too.
So. So I guess maybe it is lovely, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is just a beautiful daisy. I'm really into daisies this year. I was going through all the stuff that I have coming to me, and like a lot of it is daisies, and that's fine because daisies make me happy. And especially when they're kind of in like neutral colors like this, you can mix them in pretty much with anything. So this bush has 14 stems, lots of beautiful blooms, lovely greens, and it is fun. Not a whole lot of these, by the way. I know I mentioned that, but I do want to drive that point home. And once they are gone, I tried to get more, and I can't. So once they are gone, they are gone. All right. For this year. Maybe I'll bring them back next year. Who knows? Okay. Next. Now, so those were some flowers. Now I'm going to show you some silks. This is the first one. This is I have 2 eucalyptuses. Similar style. No, not even style. Similar structure-ish, completely different leaves. This is the first one. This one is the slightly more higher end of the 2 that I'm going to show you. This one is a gorgeous dark green color. Check out the detail on the leaves. It's very, very pretty. It almost looks like it's dusted, but I promise you it's not. It's not going to shed. It's not going to do anything. This bush has, let's see, 8 8 stems, because that's what it says in the description, right?
It does.
We're gonna have to bring Carrie up here. She's gonna have to be my master of ceremonies.
I can be man away really easy. That's
yeah, I'd like to buy a vowel, Carrie.
I was gonna say, that's where my skill set ends, I think.
Yeah. So this bush has 8 stems, and when I say a stem, like it kind of looks like this. So you have these little baby stems kind of shooting off of it. Gorgeous, beautiful. You're going to buy this because you like the patterning on the leaves, and also the color is unusual. Very farmhousey, little bit on the grayish side on certain pieces. It's just a beautiful, beautiful, just a lovely construction. This actually also would work in your Christmas, right? Because it kind of has that little bit of that like snowy, dusty look, even though it's not at all dusty. And it has that really vibrant green. The back is a little bit on the lighter side. It's just very, very, very pretty. This was I carried this 2 years ago and it sold out, and did not bring it back last year, but I figured it was time to bring it back because everybody needs, you don't need to keep the stems this long too, by the way. I don't know if you guys know this, but when you look at stems, do you see how there's just a little notch right there? That is something that the manufacturer has put in to kind of let you know that if you wanted to cut it there, you could. Now, if I was using this, if I was cutting it, I would actually cut it right above the junction right here, so I don't have that little piece sticking out. But whenever you see stems that kind of have those little indents, that's kind of what that means. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but okay, so eucalyptus. Next one is another eucalyptus, very similar, a little bit different. And this is going to help us transition into slightly different toned greens. So this one is a eucalyptus bush. See the difference? You've got this dark one, then you have this light one. This one is the less expensive of the two, but look at that. Look at the beautiful detail on the leaves, the different like patterning and the cute little tufts. I really like using this camera because I can really get up close with you guys. It's got the cute little tufts and the little plastic nubbies on the end. It's just very, very, very pretty. Now this bush is a ×4. It's got 4 stems. However, that's a little bit of a fake out.
I think that lies.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a fake out. So when you see it says like ×4 in the title, that means that there's off of the handle that there are the 4 stems. Each of these stems has 4 little offshoots. So like this one has 4. This one has 4. This one has 4. So you're actually looking at like 16. 4 times 4 is
16.
It's 16. Yeah. You're actually looking at like 16 spikes of eucalyptus. And when it looks like this and it's all super pretty, you know, this one is a little bit more of a grayish tone with just a tiny bit of a yellow green on the tip, but it is lovely. It is beautiful. And it's actually going to transition us into some more of our cool toned greeneries. Okay. So we've got this one. Now look what happens when you pair it with this beautiful, beautiful thing. This one is a very, very popular seller for me. I actually carried it 2 years ago, and through a comedy of errors, which I will not bore you with. Jojo, pay attention. This is actually one of Jojo's. She kept asking me about it last year. She's like, "Did you get it yet? Did you get it yet?" Through a comedy of errors, I was not able to secure any last year. I'm not going to bore you with the details, but now it is back. It is a blue-green eucalyptus. It is all plastic. Look at how it goes with the cooler toned greens of this eucalyptus bush. It just really sings when you put it alongside. And the reason that is because, you know, the blue eucalyptus is a little bit on the cooler side, and as is this. So it just makes a beautiful combination. So this bush has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stems. It is, I know, well, it's not your fave, Jojo. You have like 6 faves. This is probably in the top 5 for you, I would say. Would you say that's fairly accurate? Oh, you guys, I forgot to mention, you can also leave little reactions. There should be a little reaction button, right, Carrie?
Yeah, like little smiley faces.
Yeah, little smiley faces if you guys are enjoying this. And also leave me feedback. Let me know what you think about this format and this platform. You are going to be able to come back and shop this replay as long as I have stuff in stock. So definitely top 5. Yes, Gloria. Yes, you must be psychic. You absolutely will be able to come back. I'm actually going to email everybody a link to this probably tomorrow, everybody on my list. So you will be able to continue to shop for as long as I have stuff in stock. So yes. And if you actually go to my homepage, if you just go to greenerygal.com, the big banner that's on the top of the page is how you can get back to see all of my live streams. So all of my live streams are going to be done on this platform for a while because I'm testing it out, you know? You're very welcome. So yes, this is definitely top 5 for JoJo. Gorgeous color. As you get down in there, you can see there is a little bit of like just a soft light green kind of mixed in. It makes this look very, very kind of realistic and pretty. 7 stems. It is not a pusher, but again, you can get like, that means you can, if you want, you can get like 3 cuts out of this stem if you just want little baby cuts. If you want to leave them long, you totally can. Nice, gorgeous, beautiful. You're going to buy this for the color, really. That's why I would buy it. There are other options for eucalyptus out there, but if you want kind of the more, like kind of like the farmhousey, bluey gray, almost like a slightly teal, like you're going to get this. So, but not fake looking blue. I think that's an important. I do have other blue eucalyptus, but it is obviously fake. This one is not. So yes. Okay. Next, on the subject of the cool toned greens, this little bit of a fun mix. So this, again, it goes beautifully with this eucalyptus that I showed you, kind of all in the same color family. Goes beautiful with this, kind of all in the same family. It starts to pick up some of like the dustier colors in these top pieces. This mixed leaves and berry spray has, you'll be able to get 3 cuts out of it. You have 1 cut down here, 1 cut here, and then 1 cut up at the top. Just a beautiful mix of, see, look, you got some of that same eucalyptus. You got these fun little pod thingamajiggies. I don't know, like seed cups. I see it a lot on eucalyptus. I'm not sure if that's actually how, when a eucalyptus seeds, that's what it looks like. I don't know. It has some little ferns. It's got some greens. It's just a beautiful, beautiful mixture. Also has these sweet little berries, which have, if you were to look at the back, have a little bit of a rosy red coloration to them. So it's lovely. It's beautiful. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but the price on hand wrapped sprays has actually gone up a lot between last year and this year. So I'm not sure how sustainable that is, either for me or for you. So this might be the last time I bring this piece in, but I do love it. Because of the color of the berries, it actually also works for fall. So it's just a nice mix, and it kind of goes with these tones, you know? Okay. Next, we have, on the subject of eucalyptus, last one that is eucalyptus. This one is, again, check it out. We're in that same bluey, soft green, cool toned palette. This is a plastic mix eucalyptus bush. It also has these little seed cup thingies on the tips. So see, it's kind of the same as some of the stuff we had up here. It's that same piece, just in different colors. Look, perfect match. Beautiful. Lovely. What I like about the seed bits on this is that that it just kind of gives a little bit of flair and length. And like, these are the wispy bits that are going to stick out from your design and make you look like you spent a whole lot of time and product on it. So this bush has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stems. It's that lovely soft bluish green, definitely more green than blue, but just a soft, cool toned green with little pops of light green too. It's lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay. Next, we have, now remember I said that there were some things that were a sell out risk. This is one of those things. This is through another, again, I won't bore you with the details, but through a comedy of errors, I did not get the quantity that I was hoping to receive. This time it was a little bit my fault. So I'm not going to, the only person I'm mad at is myself, but I have very few of these left. This is a variegated boxwood bush. Now these stems are long. We're talking like, just not including the handle, we're looking at like 19 inches. So the handle actually makes the whole piece almost 24 inches. So it's a big one. It is a slider. So you can go bloop and look at that cute little tuft that you get. This is a favorite of Lori Toops from Chasing Doors Decor. Chasing Doors Decor. She has been waiting for it to come back in stock, and I'm glad I was finally able to do it for her. But again, I'm sad that I don't have a lot left already, but that's the nature of the business. When you order 6 months in advance, it happens, right? Boxwood, it is variegated. If you don't know, variegation kind of means that there's a change in the color within like each leaf. So some are green with like a little white edge. Some are green with like a lot of white edge. We're going to see some more pronounced variegation in the next piece that I'm going to show you, but that is why this piece is considered variegated. You've got some leaves are popping out as being more creamy white. Others are green. Again, this is a little bit on the cool toned side. It brings out some of the lighter green colors on this spray. So it is a very nice coordinate for that. And it's just a very popular design. Again, you don't need to leave the stems this long. You totally can if you want, but you don't need to. You can even cut them into two and have like this piece as one cut and then the bottom piece as another cut. Like you can have lots and lots of options. Audra, you love these. Yes, very, very, very popular. Okay. Now, remember I was talking about variegation. This is the quintessential variegation that I personally love to see. This is a variegated vinca. Now, if you don't know, vinca is actually also called, I believe it's periwinkle. It is when you are in the garden, when you have it in the garden, you are never, ever, ever, ever going to get rid of it. It is super bully. It is an invasive. It is not native to the United States. There are lots and lots of negatives to it when you're an actual gardener. When you are a wreath maker or a greenery gal or a greenery guy, it has a lot of positives, okay? Yes, it is a ground cover. Yep, I said vine, didn't I? Well, it kind of is like, kind of does that whole like spready on the ground kind of thing. Like it'll pop up under your driveway. Like it's kind of crazy like that. But this, when you are a wreath maker, has lots and lots of positive virtue, and I love it. So you've got gorgeous variegated leaves. What I love about this bush is you actually do have a mixture of stem lengths. The leaves are incredibly high quality too. They are silk. Look at how beautiful they are printed. It's just very, very, I can't say it enough. It's got a cute little curly Q thingy here on the end. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's got that cute little bloop, bloop, little corkscrew on the end. Each stem has a little corkscrew. When you have a bush that's shaped like this, if you happen to be doing any wedding work, you can actually use this as a base, as a starting off point for like a bouquet, right? You can kind of angle it so it's like this and then start feeding in, some of your other florals and some of your other greens. Kind of has that built-in drapey shape already set to go. And it's just very, very pretty. If you are not doing wedding work, you can still use some of the longer pieces kind of coming out from around your bow, and then save some of the shorter pieces for, longer pieces kind of out this way, shorter pieces in around your bow. Sorry, I totally got that backwards. But lots and lots of good, beautiful greens on this piece. Variegated vinca. This one actually sold out lightning quick last year. It's actually very good for doing a technique where you can use the shorter pieces to kind of put around your bow loops to help you get your placements. And in fact, if you turn around and look at this one, I actually did use the vinca here in this. So you can kind of see I've got these little pieces here. There's some more pieces kind of around here. This is one of the Got some right here. So anywhere you see that pretty white pop of green, like that's the vinca. Like here's one right here. So it's just a beautiful mix. It's a beautiful green to kind of mix in to what you're working on. Just add some happiness. Okay. Variegated vinca. I've already actually sold a lot of these. Luckily, I do have a decent quantity, but it's been very, very popular so far. And that's only been, and I only just released it earlier this week. So don't sleep on this one. The next one we have is a ruscus bush. And it actually is very similar in habit to what we just looked at. So the greens are a lovely coordinate. The leaves are just a little bit of a smaller scale, but it has a lovely little drape, little bit of wiggle to it. So it adds a little bit of bouncy and airiness into your design. The paint job on these is lovely. It has a little bit of that powder finish to it. So it's not at all shiny, very, very high quality, beautiful greens. This is one of those ones you're going to kind of pop in at the end if you have a little bit of a gap. This one is a pusher, so you can slide it all up. But if you have just a little bit of a gap somewhere and you want to add just a little bit of bounce and movement, you're going to just take a couple pieces of this and you're going to put it in. So this is a ruscus. It goes beautifully with the greens of the vinca. That's kind of why I kind of showed them, kind of showing them together. It's just a very, very pretty combination.
They partner well.
They partner well. It's like you've got Batman and then you've got Robin, right? Not Robin who's here watching, but Robin, right? Okay. Next. Let's see what else we got. Okay. Let's see what's next on the list before I decide what I'm going to arbitrarily pull from my magical pile. Okay. Now, this one is something that I am actually very, very happy to have gotten back in stock. This is, now it's going to look, it's not one of those things that has a lot of filled in structure. It's very, very airy. And because of that, it looks really kind of poopy with me standing behind it. But this is a mossy leaf and curl spray. This has been a bestseller every year for the last 4 years. I always bring it back and I never bring back enough. I hopefully have learned my lesson. We will see how long it lasts, but these are all wired. They are mossy. They've got the twigs. There are these cute little curls. This is one of those pieces you're going to add at the end. You can get 3 cuts out of this spray and you're going to want to just twist and kink. You can also like corkscrew them around your finger or around some sort of like a little dowel rod. If you want to get them to kind of be like my hair with the little ringlets, you know, you can totally do that. It has some of these longer ferns. Every piece on this is flocked. So the ferns are flocked. Gorgeous, lovely, fun, very fun. This is, like I said, it's been a bestseller year after year.
Georgia says it's another top 5.
That's another top 5. Okay, are we gonna have to start another top 5 at some point? Because like between the sorghum, the uke, this one,
maybe she just needs to go to a top 10.
Top 10. Jojo, let's think about that. Let's think about the top 10 list for you. Top 20? I don't know. Anyways, so super, super popular. And like, you can just kind of separate. I've manhandled this one so much that it's actually already started coming apart, but you can leave each of these bunches, separate them out into 3 cuts, put them in, and you have this wispy whimsy. It's like woodland whimsy, right? Yeah. If I was to name this, I would name it woodland whimsy. But as it is, it's just a mossy leaf and curl spray. Okay, top 50. Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying.
Why limit yourself?
Now, the next one I want to show you, I'm just going to leave this here, is a fabulous companion to this one. This is a flocked fern, okay? So this has some of that filling in that this one does not. So this one gives you the party around the edges of your design, and this one gives you some of that pretty kind of fullness. Now, that being said, when I have used this, so you're gonna get actually multiple cuts out of this. That's a cut. That's a cut. You're gonna get 4 cuts out of this spray. And you're going to put this in towards the end of your design process. So for example, I would want these pieces, I would want a little tuft or so kind of peeking out and kind of popping out from areas that are already pretty nicely designed and nicely filled in. This is just going to give you some directionality. It's like what I was talking about at the beginning of this video with the wispy fern bush. These are just the larger scale fern fronds that are just going to give you, it's going to put your design over the top and give that real visual impact to what you're working on. So look for, don't discount those kind of longer pieces of fern, whether it's this or whether it's something you pick up at your local craft store or whatever. The longer pieces of fern actually can be, can turn a design from like, wow, to oh my God, Zors. Okay. So this, and of course, the reason I pair it with this one is because the greens are very, very, very similar. So you can have a little party around the edges with this one. Then you have a little bit of like a kind of a party, not around the edges. You could also put this around the edges. I'm not going to lie. But when I have used this, I've gotten a beautiful effect from just kind of having it spill out from underneath something that's already in place. And it just looks lovely. Okay. Next, speaking of spilling out, we have something that is not a green, it is not a filler, and it's not a flower. Y'all, it's a twig. Now, this twig, this is a biggin, friends, but we love it. Now, this guy here, our little tag, is kind of being obnoxious. Let me grab my scissors and give him a little snippy snip so we can actually treat this like the twigs that he is. This is a fun one. So twigs, again, with directionality. Like you can see, I have this design that Coach David did in our group, and he did not use these twigs, but he used pussy willow. You can get this exact same effect with your, if pussy willows aren't your thing, or you're doing something that's not necessarily spring, because pussy willows kind of scream spring to me. You can do that exact same effect with long twigs like this. It gives you flair, it adds length, it adds drama, it adds that visual, kind of value without adding a whole lot to like your product list, right? So these twigs are awesome. You could also kind of put it in like this and start kind of doing your twigs, kind of like weaving them in and out of your design. Don't be freaked out by the long distance. You could even do something where you kind of do like I actually have a design that I did at a retreat that a florist actually taught me, where you actually put the big twigs kind of like right in the middle, so it kind of looks like a tree. It's very, very, very cool. So fun twigs. You can even just cut apart. If you don't think you want to leave this whole, just cut it apart and start popping in one end here and then another end there. And then you've kind of got some built-in kind of weaving grapevines in and out of your design. So if you like that wild woodland vibe, these will get you there 100%. Hey, Bonnie, good to see you. Awesome. Thanks for joining. So these twigs are back again, fully wired, sweet little baby sprout leaves. Now these do have little offshoots on each stem, but they're just gorgeous. They're lovely. They're just pretty, and we love twigs. We love twigs. You can also wire them and coil them and make little corkscrews. Lots and lots of options. Okay. All right, next I have two more things to show you. How am I doing on time? 15 minutes. Oh, perfect. Okay. I can either talk for forever now, or we're just going a little early. This is pistachio leaves. Now, this is something I carried a couple of years ago, and then I didn't bring them back, but I started to miss them, so I decided to bring them back this year. Pistachio leaves. So when I first saw these pistachio leaves, there's a little bit of a story. There's usually a story with me. I was a fairly new wreath maker. I was seeing lots of designs that people were using ficus for. For personal reasons, I'm not a fan of ficus. And I was looking for something that kind of had the same habit as ficus does, where it's flat, but that's something that wasn't ficus. I stumbled upon these. Honestly, you guys, it's actually really hard to find stuff that kind of fits this criteria. I've had been looking for a year. This was like the second year in my business, and I saw these, and I was like, you know what? We're going to try them. So I got these. They are pistachio leaves. Did I highlight them? Yes. Now check out the size of this. This thing is huge. You are going to get lots and lots of cuts out of this. When I'm using this, I do not use them whole. I slice and dice as much as I can. And I use this to green my base. Now, because of the way that the leaves are, this actually works. Oh my God, I totally just lost my train of thought.
Greening your base.
I was greening my base.
Because the way it's shaped, it works great.
It works great. I don't even know where I was going with it. Woo!
Well,
awesome.
JoJo says it's in her top 10.
Okay, so this is in the top 10. Excellent. Oh, I was going to say, so since I discovered the pistachio leaves, I also now have rose leaves, which kind of do the same thing. Oh, I remember.
Yay.
I was going to say, this has a little bit more of a tropical feel to it. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like a mimosa or something, not the drink, but like the tree, which is not a good tree, but that's okay. We won't talk about that part of it, but it kind of has a little bit of like a tropical feel. I mean, actually it's probably not mimosa because those look straight. I don't know. Anyways, a little bit of a tropical feel when you do integrate this into a design. I've used this in a flamingo design before. I've used it in a couple of designs, but it is gorgeous. Like I said, it is huge. Lots and lots of cuts. You can use this if you've seen me within the last couple of weeks or months use my rose leaves. You can kind of use the same technique where you're basically cutting these into smaller pieces, putting them around and greening your base, and then you fill in with other stuff. And this works really, really well for that application. And the leaves are so unusual that it's going to really stand out and make your designs kind of stand out from the crowd. You know what I'm saying? All right. So the last thing that I have to show you is because I wanted a little color in my life. And it is something that is back in stock. Oh, hey, Jennifer, good to see you. Mwah. It is something that is back in stock, not for very long because it is actually almost sold out again. It is this little outlier of the video. It does have some greenery in it, right? But I figured since it was back, I would just bring it on here and share with you guys. This is a cherry blossom and berry spray. Pick. Sorry, it's not a spray, it's a pick. Really, Mishy? What are you doing with your life? We have cherry blossoms. So whenever you see flowers that have this cute little floofy center, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a cherry blossom. In my experience, in the fake flower world, I am not doubting that in the real flower world, there are other flowers that kind of have that pronounced center, but usually they're cherry blossoms, and at least that's what manufacturers will call them. So we have some bright pink cherry blossoms. My favorite part of this is this beautiful burgundy berry spike. We also have some of these magenta cherry blossoms, little happy pink daisy. We've got some gorgeous greens. You guys heard me mention rose leaves. That's actually very, very similar to the leaves that we have on here. It's very similar to my spring green rose leaves. And then you have little lovely light pink hydrangeas. Oh, you like this one. Thank you, Fran. Fran, what do you think of this video format? Let me know. It's in a perfect world, it would also be streaming to Facebook, but through something that I must have done wrong, it is not doing that. So I must have messed up with putting in a key of some sort. Lord only knows, but anyways, so yes, this beauty is back in stock now. If you are going to be using this, if you are going to be doing a C-shaped design, so let's say you're going to be doing something like this, you're going to want to get at least 2 of these, okay? You're going to want to get one, put it up here, one, put it down there. You might actually want to get 3, give it a little cut right here, and then put 1 piece here and 1 piece in the middle, and then just fill in with other greens. And that kind of gives you a happy spring, a happy, cheerful spring thing, like in like easy mode. Now, these little yellow pieces are gorgeous. They are styrofoam, but it's a lovely little pop of yellow. Very, very, very pretty. Cherry blossoms, by the way, I was watching on the news. I think they were saying, because, you know, here I am in Maryland and Washington, D.C., The cherry blossoms around the Capitol Basin, I think they said early April. Last I saw it was like April 9th, but then they were saying it might be even earlier because it was like 80 degrees today. I don't even know. Yet it snowed over the weekend, so I can't even. You like that you can see, you love this format better, much better close-ups. Oh, good. Yay. Awesome, awesome. Well, the good news is, guys, if you came in late or you have to leave early, this replay is going to perpetually be available on my website. You'll still be able to shop from it as long as I have product in stock. I mean, the boxes will still pop up for you, but it will then say out of stock. And then we're going to have a little moment of silence and sadness. But yeah, I'm glad you guys liked it. Like I said, in a perfect world, this would also be on Facebook because I know that's kind of where people look for me. But that didn't happen tonight, so
There's always next week.
We will just roll with the punches, right? There's always next week. So yes, as Carrie says, there's always next week. So, and let's see, I have 8 minutes, 57 seconds left, but you know what? Whew, I think we're done. I showed you everything. Is there anything else that you guys want to see? That I've pulled. You need to see anything else? Like I said, the two things that are in extremely short supply. This white daisy bush is a very, very short supply. Let me put up that link. This 14 stems. It's actually one of the pieces that I used in this design right behind me. Very, very short supply. And the other one is this variegated boxwood, which is right here. This is another one that I do not have a ton of, but something that goes well with both of those. Or if you can't get the boxwood, I do have a good supply of the vinca leaves. Let me find that so I can pin it for you. And oh, where'd it go? Here we go. So both of these are pieces. Actually, this one, and the button grass from the beginning. These are 3 of the ones that I used in this design. I also used a garland that I had cut up, which I no longer have for sale. So it's not going to look exactly like this, but if you decide you get these 3, just know that they go together beautifully. Okay. All right. You can see everything closer. You can get to the cart to update if you need more of an item. Perfect. Awesome. Yes. I have full respect for Comment Sold, which is the platform I was using in the past, but it just gave me so many headaches that I need to simplify my life. And so that's why we're doing it this way. So I thank you guys for joining me, and we will be back again next week. Not sure if there's going to be any new things to show you, if we're going to do a design. I have no idea. So thank you so much for coming here on my website and for giving me all this positive feedback and support. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will catch you all again on the next live as soon as I figure out how to turn this thing off. Let's see. Okay, bye. Live? How do I end?